guys, hey beautiful souls, welcome back to Joy Serendipity. Welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, definitely subscribe. I am Joy, and this is your space for deep conversations, anything from fashion to love advice. And I'm all about deep conversations, real growth, and all the things womanhood. So today's topic is something we are all navigating whenever we're thriving, healing, or somewhere in between. But it's like relationships. So we're talking love, friendship, heartbreak, boundaries, red flags, green flags, yellow flags, and most importantly, self-worth. You know what I'm all about. So go ahead and get comfortable. I'm at the beach. Whether you're outside walking the dog, put your headphones on, whatever, grab a drink and let's get into it. Don't forget to drink water, by the way. I'm here to tell you, drink some water. This is going to be a healing, honest, and soulful girl chat, and you don't want to miss out. Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome to Joy Serendipity. If you're new here, definitely subscribe. You won't regret it. Start with romantic love. Specifically how our view of love evolves as we grow. We're raised on fairy tales. Let's be honest. Disney princesses, teen dramas, rom-coms, where love looks like grand gestures and being swept off your feet. I used to think love was supposed to be dramatic, overwhelming, almost chaotic, like you're falling and you can't stop. But the older I get, the more I realize real love is calm and it's intentional. It's safe. I used to crave butterflies. It's the stuff that we were taught as little kids. But the older I get, I realize that, sometimes that doesn't occur. When you're young, love feels like passion and fantasy, but with maturity. You start looking for consistency, communication, mutual respect, not these big grand gestures, and feeling seen. You realize love isn't just chemistry, it's compatibility, it's emotional stability, and it's feeling seen, like I said. But, sorry, the wind is going to be very high today, so if you hear that gust of wind, enjoy the ASMR. I feel like everyone's idea of love changes, and some of the small stuff doesn't matter anymore. So definitely let me know in the comments what your idea of love is. Give me a second. Because I'm going to have you guys. Now let's talk about that gray area that so many of us are, stuck in. Situationships. I know a lot of people can relate. A situationship is that almost space. You're talking, you're texting, maybe even going out on dates, maybe even acting like a couple. But there's no clarity, there's no label, there's no direction. You don't know which way you're going. And listen, the confusion isn't on accident. It's often a strategic thing. It's a strategy that other person may be doing to keep you emotionally invested while you avoid real commitment. You overthink everything. Should I ask where this is going? I don't want to ruin everything. Am I doing too much? Why, do they post but don't reply, And the sad truth is you're emotionally exhausted, stuck in a story that never, is fully committed to. Why is this common? Part of the reason I feel like it is common is hookup culture. Part of it is emotional unavailability, and part of it is, sorry guys, I'm out of breath. Part of it is that we've normalized not having needs. But sis, love should not leave you confused if you constantly have to decide or decode their message or justify their lack of effort. That lack of effort is your answer. My reminder to you is real love isn't afraid to be clear and clear up anything that is of confusion. Whew, I need some water. Give me a second, guys. Enjoy this view while you're at it. But yeah, real love isn't afraid to clear up anything. Real love isn't afraid to ask questions. It doesn't keep you guessing. It makes you feel safe and not anxious. If you're feeling anxiety in a relationship, it may just not be that. It may be a situationship. So that is my take on that. I try to stay clear of situationships because it could be heartbreaking, and trust me, I know, I've been through it. So let's talk about friendship breakups too. We're going to pivot a little bit. We don't talk about it enough because we put emphasis on romantic relationships instead of friendships, and friendship is also a relationship. So friendship breakups. Romantic heartbreaks hurt, but losing a friend, sometimes that pain cuts deeper. Maybe you're always the one checking in. Maybe they stopped clapping for you when you started growing. Maybe they became distant or realized they're secretly competing with you. And listen, it's okay to outgrow people. Growth doesn't always mean a big fallout. Sometimes the phone just stops ringing. This one, boy. Sometimes the phone just stops ringing. Sometimes your value shifts. Sometimes they show you who they've been all along. And that's the hardest thing to come across. Low maintenance friendship doesn't mean one-sided, and being loyal to someone who no longer respects your time, energy, or spirit, that's a form of self-betrayal. And I've talked to you guys about this multiple times, whether you follow me on TikTok, on YouTube, or on my blog. I've had friendships that ended silently and some that ended loudly. Both of them hurt, but both made space for better connections, rooted in mutual love and growth. Let me know, have you ever gone through a friendship breakup that changed you? Because a lot of them will change you for the worse, guys. But let's talk about boundaries. Boundaries are self-love, and that's another type of love that's important. One of the most healing things is giving yourself a healthy and strong relationship is boundaries. Here's the truth. Boundaries are not walls. Boundaries are doors. They let the right energy in and keep the draining energy out. If you are constantly feeling anxious or drained or tired, exhausted, or resentful around someone, that's your spirit calling for a boundary. Example, no more late night, last minute what you doing text, no more explaining myself over and over, no more shrinking so others feel comfortable. A healed woman knows her limit, and she doesn't feel guilty for enforcing them. Say it with me. I am not difficult, I am discerning. And if someone truly loves you, they won't be threatened by your boundaries, they'll respect them. And that's including yourself. Okay? Now, let's talk about red flags and green flags. So, this is something that is practical because recognizing both is key. We talk about red flags all the time, but we rarely pause to define what healthy love looks like. Red flags are they avoid accountability, they breadcrumb you, they take just enough to keep, and then they also keep you enough to keep you close, but never enough to make it real. The love bomb they'll love bomb you 1 week, but then they disappear the next. That whole ghosting word, I hate people who ghost, but I digress. You constantly feel confused and not cherished, and that's not a part of love as much as they're trying to normalize it. Green flags is they communicate clearly and kindly, and they're emotionally available, not just physically present. They celebrate your growth, not compete. A lot of people are in competition with their partners. They just don't want to admit it. You feel safe and seen and soft around them, not anxious or on the edge. Love isn't loud, it's consistent. And peace is not boring, it's actually rare. A lot of people are like, I'm bored in a relationship. That's because it's a healthy one. That's what I always tell people. I'd rather you be bored than constantly on the edge. Next, I'm going to talk about choosing yourself. This part is for every woman who's watching, who's been questioning if she's doing too much by putting herself first. You're not. I've found myself asking myself this all the time, but that's because I was in the wrong relationships. Choosing yourself doesn't mean being bitter or closed off. It means you're not or no longer willing to take the BS. You're no longer willing to be an option. You don't want to be the option. You want to be the main and the only. You're not bitter, like I said. It means you're learning to enjoy your own company, and it means finding wholeness before the relationship, not chasing it through one. A lot of people wait to heal themselves in the relationship and wonder why things are always chaotic. So, I used to fear being alone, and I can admit that a lot of women do. I thought being single meant I was behind, but now I see singleness as sacred. It's my time to heal. It's my time to build, time to grow and fall in love with myself. So I have 3 journal prompts for you, because you know I'm a girl that loves to journal. What does the healthiest version of love look like to me? What are my relationship non-negotiables? What version of myself am I protecting? You're not waiting to be chosen. You're choosing you. And then you can choose who meets your standards and boundaries every day. And that is power. You do the choosing. Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with some real talk. For whatever part or whatever type of relationship you're in on your relationship journey. If you're in love, make sure it is mutual. Love is not just about giving endlessly, it's about receiving in return. Communication matters. And don't assume, express. So stop assuming stuff and talk with your partner. Okay? If you're healing, take time. Your emotions are valid. They are very valid. You are not weak for missing someone who wasn't right for you. You're just human. Everyone needs to realize we're all human. If you're confused, clarity feels like peace. If someone has you questioning your worth or their intentions constantly, that's not love, that's emotional exhaustion. And lastly, if you are single, you are not behind, you are becoming. Build the life you love now. Don't wait for someone to come complete you. They're supposed to be an accessory, not the outfit. Whew. Now that was deep. And that's only fitting for me being at the beach today. I want you to take a look at this view one more time. But I hope something I said today, spoke to you and spoke to your heart, whether you're in love, healing, or finding yourself again. Remember, you are worthy of real love, but most importantly, you are worthy of your own love. I want you to comment below what in this video resonated with you. I read every single comment. So like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs this energy. And check out my blog. I'll have it in the description, and my book. There's a bee. Until next time, protect your heart, honor your voice, and never settle for less. I love you all. You deserve the whole thing. Remember that.